Hello and welcome to Bella Star Astrology. This is Stella, your host. And this is a astrology channel all about how you can use astrology in your everyday life, from monthly horoscopes to educational videos. And most importantly, please like and subscribe, as well as click on the notification bell if you'd like to be notified about every new video. But without further ado, let's take a look at this month's astrology, September 2022, for our Libras out there. Now, Libra, just want to say this is going to be an interesting month for you. What you have is a lot of energy, not only around your 12th house, but definitely we're transitioning into Libra season. So this is going to be really, really fun for you. Now, we start with Venus entering Virgo on September 4th. And as you know, Virgo is all about your 12th house, the subconscious. This might bring you a lot of grace when it comes to maybe some insecurities you have, maybe some underlying mental and health and spiritual issues that you've been going through, and just give you a little bit more balance when it comes to how you're approaching it, as well as some honest, just loving energy to yourself. So you might go to the spa, you might end up going on a personal retreat or taking a vacation solo or inviting a friend or, being with your significant other on a solo trip to help you sort of de-stress and just calm down. And most importantly, any sort of beliefs that you have, you might actually reevaluate and sit down and say, like, are they really supporting a healthy mentality that I want to have, right? So that Venus in Virgo is really positive for you. Even if Venus is not comfortable, usually in Virgo, the energy of Venus being in your 12th house is at least going to bring a little bit of calm to the issues that you're having with your health, your mentality, and how you're really approaching things on a subconscious level. Then Mercury will go retrograde in Libra on September 9th. It's already been in there. So it's been doing a lot of fun things when it comes to how you've been approaching, the impression that you make on others, the attitude that you have. And really with this Venus in the 12th, affecting your subconscious, and then Libra going retrograde, it's probably going to highlight some issues that you might have that are affecting the way you approach life, that are affecting how others approach you or see you. So you might actually want to start changing certain things about whether it's your appearance, your personality, your mental stability and health. Those things might need to be addressed as Mercury goes retrograde in Libra on September 9th. Then the full moon is in Pisces. Again, something about how you're approaching your mental subconscious state, how it's affecting your personality and how others approach you and how you approach life is then going to affect your 6th house. And so you might be ending some habits, you might be ending some work in imbalances, you might be setting some boundaries when it comes to what you're doing on a daily basis. Maybe even just ending either relationships or work relationships that just are toxic or are not healthy for you. And this full moon just brings an ending to those things. And it's a perfect time if you are in a toxic relationship, if you are in whether it's family, whether it's friendships, whatever it is, for you to be able to say, hey, I need to set some boundaries with this person because they're affecting my mental health, they're affecting the way I'm approaching life, et cetera, et cetera. So this full moon could give you the strength to do those things and to end those habits that have not supported you, and maybe even just cut you off from them. Like, you just won't be able to do it anymore because you'll just be revulsed or turned off by this, and I mean repulsed. Now, I said revulsion, right? And repulsed at the same time. You'll be repulsed from or pushed away from, or even like physically, like you won't be able to do those things anymore, because the full moon will be in your 6th house, right? Then that Pisces full moon will be on September 10th. Then we move to the sun in Libra, entering on September 22nd, which is also the fall equinox. And as you know, equinox in the fall is all about shedding. You seeded things during the spring equinox. Now you're really seeing the fruit of your labor. And the fact that it's happening in your own sign means, how have you improved your physical appearance, the way you approach life, the way you dress, and the way you you are perceived. Libras are usually very well dressed people, but they're also sometimes quirky because they're so aligned with the personal style that they have. And that personal style might not be something that helps you to attract the right people or helps you to feel comfortable around people. Maybe you are a person who loves cosplay and you might not need to be dressed like that 24/7. Or you might actually want to do it more and say, hey, when I'm at home, I'm going to do whatever I want with the style that I have, and how you approach life might change. And that sun in Libra is, again, going to highlight some ways that you can improve your appearance. It's going to bring a lot of grace and just energy into how you are, self-aware and the attitude that you identify with every single day, and how you approach people, and then how people are approaching you as well. While the sun is in your first house, for any sign, while the sun is in your first house, you get a lot more positive interactions with others because it highlights how you can be your best self, right? Then Mercury finally transitions and goes retrograde into Virgo. So it went from your Libra first house into your 12th house. And so Mercury in the 12th house in general is like a very powerful position just because Mercury rules the mind already. So you have the planet that rules the mind in the sign that rules the subconscious. And you're going to get this cosmic sort of energy, especially in retrograde of, hey, what are the things that are under the surface that I'm not dealing with? And you've had your health house affected, the sixth house. Your first house is being affected all throughout this month. Now your 12th house is going to have Mercury go into retrograde in Virgo. And, Virgos are the notorious overthinkers, overworkers, etc. And in this sign, Mercury it's at its most powerful. So what you want to do is whatever issues come up, whatever problems are coming to the surface, your personality, your person, your mind is trying to tell you, hey, we need to deal with this, right? Deal with those problems, approach them proactively. Don't ever let issues, and that's for any sign, don't ever let issues that are highlighted during retrograde go undealt with. That's just what it's there for. Now, it doesn't mean that you now start a project where you're going to improve everything. No, you go in and you say, hey, I have to actually approach this with a level head. I have to see how it can improve. I have to see if it's an actual issue. Maybe I need therapy. Maybe I need to go and have some conversation with a friend and approach them a friend. Maybe I need an astrologer to help me deal with some of these transits. I could be your astrologer, of course, so don't be afraid to approach and comment below if you're interested. But at the end of the day, what are you doing with your mind? And is it healthy? Is it possible that you are maybe confused by your own approach to life and you haven't actually dealt with some of the issues that you have? And it goes deeper than skin deep, because that's really this transition from your the first house, which is just how you present yourself, which is very surface level, to this deeper emotional level. Like the things that are affecting you on the surface have a lot to do with what's going off beneath the surface, and deal with those issues. And of course, things can go wrong during this time. So be careful around your health, be careful around, how you're dealing with other people, how you're talking to people. Things that you might not know have to do with the hidden insides of you might actually come out, and those weird ways that people lash out, and you're sort of talking and all of a sudden they get mad at you about something that has absolutely nothing to do with you. That's the type of energy that this is. So just be careful about how you approach people during that Mercury retrograde in your 12th house in Virgo on September 23rd. Then we have the new moon in Libra, and this is again highlighting your first house. It will be on September 24th. What you want to do during this time is sit down and write out how you're going to change your style, how you're going to change your approach to life, how you're going to improve it, how you're going to create anew so that things can either go as planned or go in a new direction, right? This new moon helps you pivot. So whatever you're sort of feeling afraid of right now, take advantage, and maybe this new moon will help you, and you write it down and say, hey, I want to stop being afraid to talk to people, to approach people, to have conversations that maybe they're much more deeper than the surface, surface, but just connect with people on a deeper way. Now, Libras are notorious at being able to connect with people, but there are some Libras out there that are more shy, depending on the placements of their houses, if it's for the sun signs and moon signs, and of course the placements of the planets for the people who are Libra risings. And again, this new moon on September 24th in Libra is going to highlight all of that. Set your intentions on how you're going to improve everything in your life. Like new moons in your first house are so powerful, Libra. Just take advantage and write it all out so that you can really understand, or rather, set intentions for how you would approach the rest of the year. And for maybe even the rest of your life, this could be a very big transition for you, right? Then, of course, we have Venus finally entering Libra, thank God. After all the powerful one hits, the sun being there overpowering you, the Mercury retrograde going from your first to your 12th, like there's been a lot of issues and problems going on in that first and 12th house. Then Venus finally enters your first house. And that's where you could really take the grace of Venus and improve your style, improve your, a personality, the things that you'd like to change, the things you'd like to improve about yourself, the new habits you'd like to form so that you are, more reflective of your inner self, because your inner self's been affected as well, your subconscious self. And then with Venus there might be a little bit more spending on maybe some clothing that you'd like to, approach your style, approach your different ways that you're doing things. For Libras, it's really important to have a personal style, really important for them to express that style. And if, let's say you're out there and you're a Libra and maybe you're not dressing your best all the time, like my recommendation for you is up that. Just like Leos, I recommend Leos to always shine. I always recommend that Libras always dress well. Always dress to impress. You will always look good, no matter what you're thinking about and the insecurities that you have. And maybe that's what this month was all about. What insecurities do you have that stop you from presenting yourself in your best light? And how is that affecting your health and your work-life balance? How is that affecting your subconscious and what you're thinking of yourself? Give yourself more fluff. Give yourself more oomph when it comes to your, I hope that came out in the recording, right? Oomph when it comes to your style and the way you're approaching things. Dress up, make yourself look beautiful, beautify yourself. And with Venus there, it will be easy to do that. Anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. This is Stella from Bellstar Astrology. I hope that this will help you, while September is going strong. Most importantly, Libras, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and click on the notification bell so you can learn when the next video comes up for your sign or any other, which, by the way, there is a playlist below. You can click on the link so that you can learn about your sun, moon, and rising, whichever planets are affecting you in those areas. Have a wonderful, wonderful